Hey there guys, Finn here again, and basically today I was going to talk you through some of the basics of colour correction, well, colour grading. Basically colour correction is like getting your shots to match up colour-wise, and colour grading is then giving it that stylistic look that you want. So it's really just colour grading, there's no colour correction because I've only got one shot, but basically the shot that we'll be working with is this one, which is from a video that I don't even know if I'll put out, but it's just a little one I filmed, and I don't know if it's gonna be good enough for you guys. For you guys, is elegant eyes, so it might just have to stay on my computer. But basically, there are some bad guys, and I look around, and there's some treasure and stuff that I'm looking at, and that's it basically. I thought this would be quite a good one because it's quite dramatic and stuff. So start with, I find the best way to do it is to use an adjustment layer, because that way it doesn't like affect your footage, it just goes over the top of your footage. So right, so for the basics, really the only colour correction like tools I ever use is curves, levels and tint. I mean, obviously you've got all these ones to choose through, but I don't really use any other ones for my main colour grading. So let's start with tint, which, as you can see, it makes it black and white. But what you can do is reduce the amount that you want it to tint, and this gives it a really cool sort of almost old-fashioned look. But it sort of really give you that cool look. And then, so I normally have mine around sort of around there-ish, so 28%-ish. Obviously, it's completely up to you guys, and you can map it to other colours. So you can sort of have it slightly red tint or anything. Like, you can have anything you want really. But I'll stick with white for now because that's sort of the look I'm going for. Next, we'll just go, oh, wrong one. Curves. This one's sort of, I'm not sure how to describe it. It's sort of, it's all round really. It does contrast and you can recolour things and all that kind of stuff. But for this shot, I think what I'll do is darken it down and then add a bit of brightness back. Keep it around there, and then I'll go over to the red channel and boost up the red a tiny bit, and then go to the blue channel and bring down the blue. So this gives it sort of that. That's a bit much actually, and let's just bring in a bit more blue and take out some red. But obviously it's completely up to you how you have it, but this is just how I like it. And I think for this one I'll just go back to the RGB channel, boost that back up and give it a bit more contrast. So contrast is making the darks darker and the lights lighter basically. So it sort of, it really, like if you look over this area, it's really dark, then this area is quite bright. So if we add in some sort of an S-curve, you can see that those areas continue to get darker and these areas continue to get brighter. And that's quite a cool look, I'd say. It's a really sort of 300 sort of thing, sort of sepia, but I think I quite like that. Right, and then what I think I'll add over the top of that is another curves. Actually, let's do levels first. Right, I don't use levels very often, but this is good for, you can add brightness in without affecting the colours too much. I don't really use levels very much, but they're the only three I ever use. So I can really brighten these areas up without affecting these ones, because look, this little one here is only affecting the bright areas. So like you can see these areas here and these areas, but if you look at this black area, it barely affects that because it's only brightening up what's already got sort of some brightness. And then if you come to this one, you can darken down the darks without sort of affecting the lights too much. But obviously the dark areas in the light bits will get affected. But just play around and get the look that you like. But I think that's the brights are a bit too bright on that bit. Just because otherwise you lose some of the detail. So I'll just delete that levels because I don't want to use it for this shot. But yeah, you get the idea. So now look, we've got this really cool, nice, really sort of quite stylistic, professional looking shot here. And basically, that's it. But also a good I can't say it. A good thing that I use, resource that I use, is from videocopilot.net, who are fantastic. Like, literally, they are the best tutorials I watch, and that's pretty much where I learn everything from. But they have loads of cool, like, presets and stuff. In fact, okay, apparently I haven't got internet connection, but basically, they've got loads of really cool tutorials, and they've got loads of products like Twitch and optical flares and Action Essentials too, which I use a lot. And I really think I really recommend them, and go and check them out. But yeah, they have loads of cool free presets, like so if I come, my mouse is really messed up. Sorry, I think it's my trackpad, my mouse mat actually. So where is it? Plugins, effects, Video Copilot. Here you go. So you've got all these cool things that are free that you can just download. So you've got like the lightsaber plugin, short target, lens flares, gradient gel, don't know what that is, FPS converter film fade, fast film grain, easy reflections, day for night, bloom, aftershake, 3D orbit, and 3D fall off. But the thing that I'm gonna focus on is this aspect ratio one, which if you watch films and notice the because the aspect ratio of this image at the moment is 16:9, so like it's the same as if you had like 16 pixels by 9 pixels, but it's just like multiply those numbers by so many, and then you'll get 1920 by 1080, and then you get this resolution, which is what I'm working with. And you've got these cool ones here. So obviously you've got 16:9. So if you're not working in 16:9, you can use that one to get this aspect ratio. But the one I like to use is this 241, because this is the one they use for proper productions. And you get these cool widescreen bars. And then obviously now the footage is a bit, I'm a bit high, and at the beginning I was a bit low. But obviously because we've done it onto because we've applied all these effects onto the adjustment layer, we can move the footage as long as it doesn't come out of that area. I can't see over there, but I think, there we go, right there. So we can move the footage around without it affecting the widescreen or the colour correction. Not that it would, but I think it's just a much better way to work. But now look, we've got this cool shot, and you can always tint it, add another tint, so go back onto the adjustment layer, so you can have this nice look, but then maybe have, so like you can tint it to maybe like a cool, maybe that's a bit too much, maybe like a little bit of blue, so then you still got that cool look, and then turn down the amount, obviously. And get a cool sort of really sort of action scene look going on. But you can play with all the different effects that come. I think the majority of these ones come with After Effects, so you shouldn't have a problem with. I think it's only the CC ones. I think they come with some of it. Yeah, they do come with it. They do come with it. I think they do. But yeah, you've got all these brilliant things, and then obviously you've got all the other ones as well, which are brilliant. And I really do recommend looking at Video Copilot and checking out some of their tutorials, because they top me by a long shot. But yeah, that's a little bit too. There we go. Okay, it looks a bit too black and white. There you go. Now I've got some colour back into it, and it looks sort of. If any of you've seen the film 300. It's sort of that kind of look where all the lights are really blown out, but then the darks are like ridiculously dark. But there you go. That's my tutorial, just a quick one to show you basically the basics of colour correction and how I get my cool filmic look like that. So yeah, rate, comment, subscribe, and I will, if you can rate them, I don't actually know. But anyway, yeah, comment to give me any other tutorials you want to see, and I'll try and do them as soon as I can. And yeah, thank you for watching. Alright, bye.